Hey guys, happy My Mental Health Monday. Hope you all are having a good start to your week. Mine has been pretty good. Definitely tired today, but I guess that's just Monday. Anyways, today's video is going to be pretty short. I just have something I've been thinking about as usual that I wanted to share. And yeah, questions, comments afterwards, you know what to do. Let's see. So I read something the other day, last week or something, and it was saying how it was, actually, you know what? I think I was looking for some sort of organization for kids that dealt with anxiety, just kind of for my own research, looking at just what kind of programs are out there in general. And there was this one program, and part of their like campaign was just gosh, it was some sort of slogan, and it was awesome. But it was saying how their like motivation behind like their purpose is that they want people to just be able to talk about anxiety and not have to be told they're brave to do so, which I loved because I feel like a lot of times when people watch my videos or they make comments or, you know, pull me aside in real life, the word brave comes up a lot, which I am very grateful for. And yeah, and I do think I do have to be brave to do so. And I feel like a lot of people do have to be brave to do so because of the stigma. So I love that their whole movement is, yeah, just wanting people to be able to talk about it and it just be a conversation, not be a brave thing that they're doing. It's just like any other conversation that they're having about any other health circumstance. So yeah, I thought that was kind of cool. So today I'm going to talk about, again, not a doctor. I feel like I need to say that for whatever reason. Not a doctor, not a professional, but a method called grounding. Maybe you've heard of it, maybe you haven't, but it's something that I wanted to talk about because it's been a method of coping that's been very helpful for me when I'm about to sort of like have a panic attack that I can tell I'm going to start like slipping. If I can kind of talk to myself, like self-talk, I notice that it does help. So that, and then also I always think about this one video that I saw a while ago, like literally years ago. But sometimes I think about this too if I'm having a little bit of anxiety, because I think it's kind of like grounding where it just kind of brings you back to reality. So your brain kind of, yeah, just comes back to like what's really happening and not what's just going off in your head, if that makes sense. So this video, I'm going to talk about that first. This video, yeah, it was a few years ago, more than a few years ago, but it was just a simple like 1-minute video of some little boy, and he was laying in like a field of grass and he was looking up at the sky, and it just kind of slowly started panning out, and you know, you saw that he was in a park, you saw that it was part of a city, part of just like everything just kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger, you know, part of a continent, part of the world, and then it was just part of the universe. And it really just kind of put things into perspective that we are just this, not that we're insignificant by any means, but that in the grand scheme of things, in the big giant world that we live in, we're just one person. And sometimes our problems, even though they seem so big and important to us, that if we can kind of try and step back and look, that a lot of times, sometimes they're just not. And that always is kind of helpful to me because it just, yeah, it just makes me realize that whatever I'm worrying about, it really is not that big of a deal. Yeah, I love that video. I do think about that quite a bit when I'm, yeah, starting to feel anxious about something. So that kind of has to do with grounding, and grounding is something that you can use to help bring you back just into reality, so that your brain isn't just solely focused on something and you're not be able to be present in what's actually going on in front of you. So grounding is a technique that you can start by looking around you. And I feel like it's just a way of distracting your brain. But like for instance, I can say, okay, I'm in my bedroom. My bookshelf is brown, my TV is black, the fan's going on, the lights are on, like I can hear my kids outside the door. It's basically telling yourself all the senses that you can register going on around you, and it really helps put you in that moment where you are focusing on what is happening in that moment. And that is helpful sometimes. So I wanted to share that with you guys. Anyways, yes, today's video is pretty quick, but hopefully some of you might have found that useful. Maybe you've heard of grounding, and if so, how does that work for you? Do you like it? Is there some other type of technique that seems to work better for you? Anyways, again, happy My Mental Health Monday, and I will see you next week.